What's up, everybody? I thought it'd be fun to make a video and update family and friends who live far away from us on what's going on in our lives, the big changes that have happened. And I thought it would be fun to tell you guys the story of how I told Tavis that I was pregnant. I tried to surprise him and I had this great idea in mind, and it didn't work out perfectly, but it still was pretty cool. So if you want to know this story, keep watching. Okay, so it was a Sunday. It was actually our wedding anniversary, and Tavis had games. He was in a YMCA league and he was gonna go play basketball, and so I was gonna go while he was gone, just buy him some beer and me a bottle of wine. We were just planning on chilling that evening together, just hanging out. We usually don't make a big deal of our anniversaries. It's just kind of like, let's try to hang out if we can, you know, let's not be on our phones as much. We don't really get gifts or anything like that. So he leaves for his game and I go buy a pregnancy test because I'm thinking, well, probably need to know for sure if I'm pregnant before I drink some of this wine. And I didn't really feel like I was, but I thought, you know, it was possible, so I should just make sure. So I go buy a test and I come back home. If you've ever taken one before, you know that you're supposed to wait like a few minutes and then the result is like definitely there after a few minutes. And so I take the test and I just leave. I'm like, I'm gonna come back in like 5 minutes, you know, like a long time after, so I know that the answer is already up. I don't have to sit here and wait and stress about it. And so I come back into the bathroom and sure enough, just clear as day are the words pregnant on my test. And like I got a little bit excited, but I didn't really know what to think at that point. We've actually lost a pregnancy before, and so it was like kind of just mixed emotions. I didn't really know how to feel. I was scared of something happening or like getting excited, but I was also really excited because obviously the first pregnancy that we had, me and Tavis were kind of in a rush, and I just took a test and we both looked at it and it was like, oh my gosh, you know, this is crazy. And that was it, really. And I remember regretting, like, I should have surprised Tavis with it or done something special. This time I found this little blue box, and it's crazy. I didn't think about it being blue until just now, obviously. We found out yesterday that we're having a boy. But, so I found this box and I thought, oh, I'll put it in there and act like it's an anniversary gift. So that's what I did. I got it all set up and ready. Whenever Tavis got home, I set my camera up like somewhere in the living room and started recording, and I called him into the living room and I said, hey, I got you a gift, come open it in here. And he walks in and he's like, oh man, like I didn't get you anything, I didn't know we were getting gifts. And I'm like, oh, it's just something small, no big deal. So he walks into the living room and he's like, why are you recording me? He spotted my phone like right away. So that was a fail. But he sits down and I have this box sitting there on the table, and he opens up this first part and I have the tissue paper stuffed in there, and he pulls out the first little layer and the test is in there, and you guys can see it still says pregnant on there. And he just looks at me and he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. And we both just start laughing, like we didn't really know how to react. It's such a weird thing. Like, I don't know, maybe some of you can relate, but it's such a weird emotion. Like you don't really know what to think at all. So we both just kind of are like, okay, this is real. I mentioned that we've had a pregnancy before, and so it was just really hard, really up until this point, even with like our doctor saying like you're pretty much in the clear, like something crazy would have to happen. It's been really hard after having a miscarriage to get excited, I guess, and like let ourselves get excited. But after our gender reveal yesterday and just kind of like being able to like know that it's a he and not an it, there's still just like that little bit of doubt. But we've been really trying hard to not let that like steal our joy or like not let that keep us from getting excited. But it has been hard. I think yesterday's party really just kind of helped it click for both of us that this is real, this is happening, like we're gonna have a son. Tavis is so excited. I still am a little bit, I just don't know how to feel, but we're both just super excited. It's hard to imagine. It's like doesn't even seem real. Anyway, well, I thought I'd make some videos kind of along the way to help keep family and those of you that don't live near us updated on what's going on in our lives. I personally think our lives are hilarious and super interesting. You might not, but at least family will. So If you guys want to see updates on our lives and hear about baby Leek, the little boy, stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated. I love you all. Hope you are having a great life. If you guys could comment and just let me know how you guys feel about us having a little boy or a kid in general. And if you have dogs, how you adapted with sharing the love. That would be nice. Okay, well, peace out, people.